Hello, Rob Papen here, and I would like to show you how we have Predator 2 working with the NKS system. Predator 2 is NKS compatible and can be used in native instruments Komplete, Kontrol and Machine 2. You can use the browser to scroll through all the presets. And of course, we have also assigned a range of parameters to the dials. Let me show you and explain. The first three dials are related to the XY pad of Predator 2. In live mode of the XY pad, you can use the first two dials to control the X and Y positions. In play mode of the XY pad, you can use the speed dial to change the speed of the movement. Of course, it depends on the preset as to which of the three dials you can use to change the XY pad. In the first page, you also find the controls for the amp section. There is the volume dial to control the overall volume of the preset. And you can find the attack, decay, sustain and release of the amp envelope. This envelope is very often used to tweak the preset a bit to your own needs. So therefore, it is located at the first page. The next three pages with controls are for the three oscillators of Predator 2. The most important ones are added. Of course, it depends if the oscillator is active as to whether the dials will change the sound. The next page is filter 1 with cutoff, resonance, envelope amount and their most important parameters: attack, decay, sustain and release. This page you will most likely visit a lot to change the preset, like I do now. The last dial in this page is the LFO amount, and it controls the amount of LFO modulation of the filter LFO. Of course, it depends on the other settings of this LFO as to how the sound will change if you open this dial. Page 6 has the controls of filter 2. Note that filter 2 is not always active, and it also depends in which mode it is for some of the controls to respond. Let me explain. If you see the letter 2 in a more darker color, it means that filter 2 is inactive. So the controls will not do anything. If a regular filter mode is selected, you can control the cutoff, resonance, envelope and its parameters, and the LFO. Once the filter mode is in split mode, only the cutoff dial is active. By the way, these split modes are great to make wide stereo sounds. Filter 2 in split mode has the same setting as filter 1, except for the cutoff. The pan amount makes that filter 1 goes to the left and filter 2 goes to the right. So with a bit of cutoff difference in each filter, you can produce wide stereo sounds. The next page has the high-pass filter controls. You can put the high-pass filter on or off and control the cutoff frequency. Also, the resonance can be turned on or off and controlled. The second part of this page holds some of the filter LFO controls. The amount of LFO you can find in the filter 1 and filter 2 pages, since that is the destination of this filter LFO. Page 8 holds the FX controls for the 3 FX which are inside Predator 2. Of course, it depends if the FX are active, but here you can control the FX mix and panning. Page 9 offers you the option to select the play mode, which can be handy if you have, for instance, an arpeggiator preset and want to play this sound in polyphonic mode. Also, the portamento can be controlled here. The second part of page 6 is the unison section. Several modes can be selected, and of course this also depends on the play mode active. The CL delay dial stands for delay of the unison notes. This is only active if you use the Predator 2 classic modes of unison. Page 10 offers controls of the chord mode. Let's play one of the presets that uses chord mode. Also in this page 10, several mode controls for the arpeggiator. Of course, these only work if the preset has the arpeggiator active or if you do set the arpeggiator as active. We found it cool to make the tune row and velocity row of this arpeggiator available for you to be edited by the dials. These are the next pages. Page 11 and 12 control the tune row of the ARP A. Page 13 and 14 control the velocity row of ARP A. Then there is page 15 and 16 for ARP B and page 17 and 18 for ARP B. Of course, inside Predator 2, you need to select the correct ARP playing to hear the changes. By the way, Predator 2 has tune settings in ARP mode, but there is also a sequence mode in Predator 2. This makes the ARP behave as a monophonic sequencer. Enjoy Predator 2.